Hello, I'm Helen from Journal with Purpose and welcome to my latest YouTube video. As we're nearing the end of September, I was really in the mood for doing a cosy spread in my journal getting ready for autumn. I'm using a dotted flex book for this. Over on Patreon, I've recently released this new set of printables and I thought they'd be perfect for what I had in mind today. So I definitely want those autumn vibes in my journal, but I also want to start reflecting on how this year has been so far and how I want to feel as I see out the end of this year. I decided to use this patterned paper sheet that I'd designed. I did this with both a white background and this blue, and I just loved how it came out. So I thought it'd be really nice to have that as a whole page in the journal, though I will be adding some other details on top. And I've used Pritt Stick to glue it down and trimmed around the edges. And I'm then going to use some washi tape from London Gifties just over that centre spine in the book to make sure that it's secure. The next thing that I decided to do was add one of my ledger papers on top. I couldn't quite decide which one I wanted to use, but I decided to go for the one on the bottom left that's got the whole pattern over it but faded into the background. I really like adding these on top of other pieces of paper, and they're always faint enough that you can write on top of them. So I've trimmed it down a little bit, and again I'm using Pritt Stick to add it to my page. Next I'm adding a little sticker from one of my sheets which says to do. And I then start writing down some of the things that I want to do over the coming months. So lots of walk in nature, taking some proper time off, start thinking about how I want next year to feel, and focusing on my priorities only over the coming months. I then started looking through some of the journal cards because I really wanted to add one of them. I really enjoy having interactive elements on my page, but I actually also didn't want to cover up the writing underneath. So in the end, I decided not to add one. I'm now moving on to working on the right-hand page, and I decided to add some stickers to this. So these stickers were from the same printable bundle, but I've cut them out and put them inside a sticker book. I find them so much easier to use that way, and I love being able to look through the sticker book and seeing all the different ones that I've got available. I also have a pot of quotes on my desk, again cut out from my printables. So I had a look through them to decide which I wanted to use. I tend to print these out on both white and parchment paper, and I then alternate which ones I use depending on the colour of the page in my journal. In the end, I decide to go with the one that says, "Have patience with yourself, you're doing great." And I went for that because I felt at times I've been getting a little bit frustrated with myself if I've not progressed as quickly as I'd hoped to on certain areas. And I find that when we start getting towards the end of the year, that sometimes we can put even more pressure on ourselves. I used a Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen for my lettering, and I'm using a black Muji gel pen for adding my journal writing. And I'm just doing a quick bit of reflecting on things that have happened this year, a couple of stumbling blocks that I've hit, but also a reminder to myself of how much progress actually I have made, and to try and just give myself a little bit of praise and build my confidence up before the end of the year. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this quick journaling session. As always, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's joined me over on Patreon. Thank you ever so much for watching. I look forward to speaking with you really soon in my next video.